Just have to wait for the little rec. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Crystal Hill here, the founder of Hill House Publishing. And I am so excited to bring to you today a conversation with Melisa Alba, who is one of the beautiful contributors of Inspired Connections. And she's going to share with us today what her experience was like entering a multi-author book and going through this writing process. Hi, Melisa. How are you?
Hi, Crystal. Good, thank you. And thanks for having me.
That's all right. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, so I'd love to hear what was maybe a surprising aspect of this journey, or what would you like to share first up? Firstly, actually, who are you? What are you doing in this world? And then why did you decide to join? That's always the first question, actually, that I should ask you.
So, who am I? I guess who am I is I am a healer. I have only discovered that I've always had this natural ability, but it's probably transpired more in the last few years since I've been able to pick up some tools and go to different courses and get some different mentors and adapt that to my everyday life and be able to expand in that space. And basically, what attracted me to doing this to multi-author book with you was I actually got given an opportunity through my life coach, actually, who has since become a friend. And she told me that there's an amazing amount of women that come from all different backgrounds with all different experiences, and they've all come together to basically write a little bit about what their inspired connections are, a little bit about their story, how they've overcome different challenges and where they're at in their life today. And I thought, wow, what an amazing opportunity to be a part of something like that. I don't know to the extent of what I can contribute, but I will do my best. And so here I am. And yeah, as I went through the experience of obviously going into my own chapter and having to tell my story, it was really confronting, Crystal. There's zero filter here. It was really confronting. There was a lot of different perspectives that I recognize when you look back. So obviously, guys watching, you'll have to obviously buy the book to understand a little bit more about everyone's specific story. But, I went through my inner child conversation. I went through my young adult conversation. I'll be 34 this year. So, I'm the youngest in the book, I believe, Crystal. Is that correct?
I think you might be, yes, absolutely.
So, I may not have as many lifetime experiences of some of these other ladies, but I've definitely, when you read the chapter, you'll see. But there was many layers that I had to unpack, and the more that I unpacked in the chapter, the more I realized just how much I've learned and grown from different situations and how they've all made me who I am today. And it just made me feel really empowered as a woman to not only see my journey and to see how far I've come within myself, but equally how I've influenced people around me. And then just to be able to be a part of this journey with all these amazing women and such a diverse range of women. So I just feel really empowered to be here and to be inspired equally by other people's inspired connections as well.
It's really interesting you're using that word empowered, because that is exactly my number one value, and the reason why I'm doing this is to empower both the contributors as well as the readers, and to providing tools for them. And I love that you were sharing that in the process of writing your book and in the reflection of your life, you actually realized how far you'd come, and just that reflection was enabling you to become even more empowered and really claim your journey in a way that you might have not done otherwise.
Definitely. I think especially when you're looking at things through the eyes of your child self, your inner child, and then equally, in my early 20s up until, my late 20s, early 30s. So you go through so many different phases throughout your life. And obviously there's different happy times, there's different sad times, there's loss of life, there's loss of relationships. And through each of them, you learn and you grow, and you take a little bit of each person that you might lose, whether or not it's because they've passed away, or whether or not it's because you might have ended a relationship or a friendship or whatnot. You do take a little bit of yourself from that, and you go, okay, what do I need to change equally about the next part of my chapter, and equally the next version of myself. And you never really are the same. Like, I don't believe you love the same within each relationship. I think each relationship you love differently. So it's only natural that once something ends, you get a different version of yourself.
Yeah, I love that. And if people want to find out more about that, definitely recommend reading your chapter and where you're sharing a lot more. Now, Melissa, what was one of the things, like, why would you recommend people listening perhaps to coming into a book with Hill House Publishing? Is there anything that you particularly loved that surprised you, other than, I know, the things that you've already spoken about? Is there anything else that you might want to share or highlight?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really from a personal perspective, it's I feel like I'm not contradicting, repeating myself by saying it's really empowering, but it really is. It makes you see just how far you've come, how to even be on this level, to have this level of opportunity. I'm so grateful, really. But I've had the opportunity to collaborate with amazing different women. Equally, from a business perspective, have the opportunity to be seen, have that opportunity to people know my story, to equally have people reach out to me to then do business with them or collaborate with them in some aspect as well. So on a spiritual journey, from my soul's perspective, I've had the opportunity to speak my voice and use my voice and hopefully inspire other women and other people that might resonate with my story. But from a business perspective, equally, to have that level of exposure and collaborate with like-minded women, but equally women that are above me in terms of what they've been able to experience and achieve, is super empowering. And this whole process, honestly, the assistance and the professionalism throughout the entire process and the communication has all been really key to me being able to write the chapter that I've written, because I journal every day, but writing a chapter is totally different. So no, it's been great. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, I'm really grateful that you're here as well, and for highlighting this collaborative aspect and the enrichment that comes from all of us coming together with a common goal. And I think that's really what I love seeing. Everybody is enriching each other. And often what happens also down the track, we're still in this journey, we've still got another month to be together, is that relationships are formed, they're deepened, and people build collaborations and joint ventures. And that's really what excites me as well, seeing all these new creations kind of popping out from that have sprung out of the book. So if you're listening and if you're feeling, oh, I really love what Melissa's been sharing. I really love that sense of empowerment she's gotten, that soul growth, but also the growth in, the business expansion that's coming from this, then get in touch with me. We're open for enrollments for a new series called the Beyond series. And this first book is called Beyond Certainty: Finding Courage to Embrace the Unknown. So this is a really good book for anybody who is a coach, a healer, consultant, or professional who has gone through some uncertainty, and you want to just share your wisdom and help those who are waking up at this time, who have to embrace uncertainty in order to come into deeper alignment with who they are. And it's also great for you if you don't have a business, but you really feel like you're in it for this personal development piece, that personal transformation, for professional expansion in whichever area of life you are working in. It's a beautiful way of becoming more empowered in the uncertainty of life, I feel.
I
So
love that. I love that, Crystal. I mean, if I can take another spot up in that one, I will.
absolutely.
Where I'm at right now, I'm going into that surrender phase, and being in alignment with the universe, and just understanding that there's uncertainty, in the world. You have to just kind of take each day as it comes and just be grateful for where you're at right now, and realize that this too shall pass. What you've got experiencing today, it's going to pass, and tomorrow will be a new day.
Exactly. It's so true. That gratitude is absolute key for me, I find, to really step into grace and accept what is
Yeah.
and gracefully move through it, and finding, because there's a beautiful, just really quickly, and then we wrap this up. I'm just so passionate about this topic, the surrender experiment by, what's his name? Singer. His surname is Singer, and he's written this book called The Surrender Experiment, and it's helped me so much on my journey through uncertainty, to just really greet each day from a place of gratitude and grace.
I
So
love
yeah,
that.
more about that in the coming weeks. And yeah, if you, like Melissa, are really keen to join this book, then reach out to me. I look forward to hearing from you, from having a chat and seeing how and if this is a good fit for both of us. All right. Thank you, Melissa, once again. Have a
You,
beautiful night,
you too.
evening,
Thank
morning, wherever you are. Thank
you.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.